Because as I said to you and to this group, even before the Dobbs decision came down, that that if the Supreme Court made the decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, we would not be at the end of the cause of the right to life. We'd be at the end of the beginning. And you understand that. Students for Life understands that it's now incumbent upon us to engage policy leaders, not just at the federal level, but also in state after state. And I want to commend you for doing that, the progress that we're making in pro-life legislation and in winning hearts in this generation is a great tribute to all your work.
One of the things that's been, I think, surprising to some of the younger members of the pro-life generation has been, does it sometimes feel like we have to push Republicans or conservatives very hard to stand up and fight for this issue, where Democrats are falling over themselves to vote for bills that allow babies who've been born alive during an abortion to suffocate, that receive no medical care. That didn't seem like it was very hard for them to get, almost every single Democrat up on Capitol Hill to do just a few weeks ago.
Well, I think it's a lack of faith in the American people. Look, this is a nation that cherishes the principle that we're endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, and first among them is life. I think this is a nation that cherishes life, but for too long, leaders, particularly in the Republican Party, have been unwilling to clearly state where they stand on the sanctity of life. And but I think you can look at those 2022 elections and see that the women and men that were standing for office who clearly stated their position on the right to life and called out the extremism of the Democratic Party that supports taxpayer funding of abortion all the way up to the moment of birth. They did quite well, but the candidates that shied away from talking about their pro-life views and then allowed Democrats to define them did not fare as well. And we lost some races where we had terrific candidates where the Democrats poured literally millions of dollars into painting Republican candidates as extreme and uncompassionate. But I think it's all about letting your yes be yes and your no be no. And in my experience, in my 20 years in the Congress and as a governor and as Vice President of the United States, is to speak boldly, to speak gently and with compassion. You're going to find that I truly believe the majority of the people stand with us when we stand unapologetically for life.
That's right. I mean, you can't run from a bully. They're going to chase you. And I feel like some of these candidates sometimes try to run from the abortion Goliath, and they're just going to keep chasing them down.
Right.
And you've got to stand your ground.